Wow, it's just been amazing. First of all of us, been married for so long and been friends for so long, but specifically just watching Reggie grow up since high school, it's amazing to see where he is today. So I jumped right in, feet first, head second, and then heart was surrounding around all of it, trying to get the campaign branding and information and strategy down pat, just centered around who he is. So that's exactly what we did. That black, that gold, the big and bold, and that comes from our high school, which is where we met, Frederick Douglass High School in Atlanta. So being the wife of Reginald Scandrett, the next Henry County Sheriff, I'm just amazed, and I'm so glad that he ran a stellar campaign. He was above reproach. He stayed the course. There was no mudslinging on his side. He ran on his merit, on his expertise, his experience. I couldn't be more proud. Both of our husbands coming up through the ranks.
Yes.
Late nights, morning watch, putting dark stuff on the windows so that they could pretend like it was, nighttime when it was really daytime. Missing out on a lot of family events. Children growing up, you kind of stand in that gap, but you try to make sure that they are a part of the family. But apart from that, safety. As a wife, you're concerned. For me, I always said when the garage door went up, I knew he was safe and I knew he was home. He used to be on SWAT, so he could be home and be called out in the middle of the night, and I could not sleep until he got back home, and that could be a day and a half later.
Right.
So it's weighing on the family, but it's just like our servicemen and women, Army, Navy, Marines, National Guard, Coast Guard. Those folks sacrifice their normal day-to-day lives for the safety of all of us, and their families are a part of that as well. So with law enforcement officers, their families, their wives, their children, their mothers, fathers, it's weighing, but I am so grateful. God has graced him, has covered him, and will continue to cover him because the road is still a little rocky going forward. There's a lot of change afoot.
A lot of change underway.
Yes, and there are those who are not necessarily eager to jump on this, but we're just believing in the best, and who doesn't want positive stuff to happen? Who doesn't want to feel safe? Who doesn't want things to get better? Those folks, they'll weigh themselves out.
Well, even when Patrick was chief at the city, I talked to some other chiefs' wives, and they were mostly men who were chiefs, so it just turned out there were a lot of wives, but there are some women, CJ and so forth, who are chiefs as well. But in terms of the wives and supporting our husbands, I do think that we need to stay in regular contact with each other, share ideas, talk about some of the challenges we have with our kids in terms of their perception of law enforcement in general, especially as they navigate these millennial waters. Sometimes it's not popular for your daddy to be the sheriff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, law enforcement is really a family.
It is.
And that's what I love most about Patrick being the chief and actually coming up through the ranks, serving under various administrations, through mayors with the city of Atlanta. He developed friendships. He developed personal, professional relationships, but a lot of friendships. And at the city jail, it felt a lot like family. So I'm hopeful we can carry that over. I would say from a political standpoint, I'm no politician.
Right.
Don't like politics. That was not my favorite part of the campaign, but it is politics and we need to get elected. So I recognize that piece of it exists, but for me, it's more of the service, the community, engaging youth and seniors. It's just a real opportunity to be impactful and to make a real difference.
Yes.
So, huge responsibility,
for sure,
but exciting.
Yes. I mean, again, we serve in a really interesting role as mothers of African American males, and as wives of law enforcement officers. So it is very interesting. Our whole life, I call it intense fellowship. That's what I call it. So when things happen on the news that it looks as though there is police brutality, I jump right on it with Reginald. We've got to make a change. Something has to be said. Why aren't they more transparent? And then I find myself immediately going to my sons and reminding them, remember to keep your hands here. Remember to have your driver's license ready. Ask, can you move first?
Having those talks
regularly. And that gets to be a little bit infuriating in these days and times. But because of these days and times, it's needed. So to the black mothers, to the mothers of colored children, keep believing. Have faith. Keep believing. Keep hoping. Knowing that there are officers, executives, proven leaders that are in office now and are looking to be in office to truly make a change. And know that they've got some people that are grounding them at home.
Absolutely.
Reminding them. We need some answers.
Well,
you need to talk to
one thing about it. Both of them are going to live up to their campaign promises. Not only did we help run their campaigns, but at the end of the day, they don't want to hear our mouths.
That's right.
If they don't do it. So trust and believe.
Exactly.
Follow through.
But have faith, have hope. Keep talking to your children. Keep encouraging your children. Keep having them in school with education, reading, finding extracurricular activities, things that will keep them out of trouble. But even if you're in trouble and an arrest happens, an arrest should never end in death. It just should not. But we've got some work to do. But again, to all the mothers, just have faith, have hope, and know that there are good leaders that are in office now and are coming.
I absolutely agree. I can't tell you the intense discussions, and I think at times we've had to just tell our sons we are in violent agreement. We are saying the same thing, although it does not sound the same.
Right.
But they are young adults. They're shaping their own opinions, some of their own personal experiences, and being the son of the chief of the jail or the son of the sheriff does not make you exempt from certain situations. And I will say that they have had some encounters that left them feeling a little jaded, some kind of way. But again, the family aspect of law enforcement has really helped to ground them as well and show them another perspective because they have so many uncles, so many aunts and everyone who really are bringing about positive, needed change.
Exactly.
Willing to speak on critical issues, willing to face issues head on, willing to be transparent.
Absolutely.
Tough but fair. And again, like I said, not hard or soft on crime, but just smart on crime. People want to feel safe. People want to be able to go to and from the store in issues. Yeah, exactly. Without too many issues. And I think Atlanta in particular is having a hard time right now, COVID and a few other factors. A lot of people traveling from out of town, I will say that, but I think we just need to get things back clicking. Absolutely. And have more encounters with our youth and their families that are outside of an arresting type situation.
Exactly.
Just fairs, and we want to do a youth empowerment initiative annually, talk about education, mental health, jobs, school, all those things, just and have that be part of a service the sheriff's office can bring, because you just need to feel like they're an ally and not an adversary. Absolutely.